Alrighty, y'all. We are live as a 38-18-4 Tampa Bay Lightning head into Toronto against the 27-25-11 Maple Leafs. Now, the Maple Leafs have played a little stronger recently. Never mind. I thought, never mind. Toronto has been in a very bad downstretch. Meanwhile, Lightning have, also been in a little bit of a downstretch. Both sides, a little bit of a rough return from the Olympics. Last time these two faced was actually a couple Wednesdays ago, February 25th, the Lightning beating the Maple Leafs in Tampa 4-2. Since then, the Lightning have lost to the Hurricanes 5-4 in Carolina, lost to the Sabres 6-2 in Tampa, 5-1 to the Wild in Minnesota, and they lost 4-1 to the Jets in Winnipeg. So the road trip has not been friendly to the Lightning. However, on the other side of the ice, since the loss to the Lightning, the Maple Leafs have lost 5-1 to the Panthers in Florida, 5-2 to the Senators in Toronto. They lost 3-2 in a shootout to the Flyers in Toronto, lost to the Devils in a shootout in New Jersey, and lost 6-2 to the Rangers on Thursday. So not sure what to expect here. The reality is, and why I'm watching, is because I'm expecting a bit of a physical match, maybe even more than a bit. These two teams, I've said it before over the last couple of years, when Toronto plays Florida and Tampa, those are games worth watching. They're going to be physical as hell. There's probably going to be a fight or two. Just kick back and enjoy an absolute ass whooping. Now, if you're a fan of either team, I don't know what to tell you because I'm not here for hockey. We are here to watch the boxing match, so we'll see how it goes. Again, looking at score-wise, I would expect, actually, you know what? Because Toronto's in a nosedive, but Tampa hasn't been playing well either the last couple of games. Even though they beat Toronto, that was at home, so now you're in Canada. I don't know. I really don't know what to expect out of this game. Again, I'm here for the physicality, but when it comes to, Vasilevsky played Thursday, I would assume he's in net, but he may not be. Meanwhile, for Toronto, who would it be? Stellars? Am I even thinking the right team right now? My brain is, of course, mush as always. Let's check who played last game against the Rangers for Toronto. No, yeah, so Stellars should be in net, as Wool is, who lost 6-2 to the Rangers. Check back. And then I saw Vasilevsky was in net for Tampa's last game. Meanwhile, while we wait for puck drop, what's happening in the league today? We had the Knights lose to Minnesota yesterday. Motherfucker. Oh, they had an overtime win for the Blues last night. I didn't see that. But the Bruins beat the Capitals in Boston. The Devils beat the Rangers 6-3. That was actually a pretty good game for a while there until the third period, and the Devils just opened up. At home in New Jersey, Flyers and the Pens tied 3-3 in Pittsburgh with 5:46 left to go in the second. And the Sabres in the Predators. Sabres up 2-1 in Buffalo, 3:37 to go in the second. Starting with the Lightning and the Maple Leafs, the Canucks and the Jets, the Canadiens and the Kings, and the Mammoth and the Blue Jackets. Keep an eye on the Canadiens and the Kings for division purposes. And then Islanders and the Sharks, just out of curiosity. But tomorrow night, we play the Oilers. The Golden Knights and the Oilers. May keep an eye on the Wild and the Avalanche. 11 a.m. tomorrow might be a fun game to hop in early. What an odd question to ask, Sugar Hill. No. Why on earth would I ever wish that? Like, that's even more of a who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. I'm actually quite confused. That's just such an odd thing. That's an odd thing to pop in and ask, sir. All right, I'm awake. You got me. I mean, fuck, you got me, dude. I don't even know how to fucking respond to that except for no. So, yeah. What else is going on with you today? I want to come back to this game in a minute, but I actually don't even want to miss first puck drop. So let's see what else is going on. Hang out on Chanced and gamble fake money away. But 11 a.m. tomorrow, I do have to get up early to do pork belly. Should actually have a picture of my pork belly. But I'm gonna do a batch of it tomorrow, so I've got to really like to find I'll be up early, so I might as well pop in for the Minnesota Avalanche game. What's up, Dave? How you doing, buddy? Happy Saturday. Picks and stuff. This one should have. Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, let me minimize that. Yeah, I'm doing some here while we're waiting for. That's not what I need. I'm missing one. There. This one. So you start with the pork belly, you season it, you throw it on the smoker for a while, and you get this beautiful, super rendered down fat pork belly. Then you throw it in a tray with brown sugar, butter, and honey. And when it comes out, it looks like that beautiful, just perfectly rendered bacon candy. So I'll be making some of that tomorrow. So I may hop on for the early game. Last night, at least Marner got a goal. Yeah, I mean, hey, Marner's looking a lot better. The rest of the team looks terrible. If we could figure out how to play defense, we'd be very dangerous. The problem is nobody wants to do that. So it is what it is. Hopefully we tighten up soon because we don't have a whole lot of games not to do it, but we're just not a good team right now. I lost track of where we were on the anthem. Didn't get it for the Knights, but not a whole lot of chanting out there in Toronto. But yeah, last night was rough to watch. It's just another game of go down by 3 and try and catch up. And they almost did it again, but not quite. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You know, what are you going to do? They're going to do exactly what I do every single day, which is bitch and moan. I'm going to bitch and moan, and then nothing's going to change. We'll come back next time. And guess what? I'm going to bitch and moan some more. So it is what it is, man. All good. You know, Schmidt didn't get a lot of help, man. And while they're starting to mount a little bit of a good going, they give up a 3-on-1 back the other way where Schmidt's just got no, just it's kind of what do you do? So, Plus, I mean, when Eichel's charging the net, it's him and the goalie going heads up, and he gets slashed in the hands with no call. That makes it rough. Get a potential break the other way and hooks him right at the hip and the thigh. No call. It's like, again, not the reason we lost, but it makes it rough, man. That takes some opportunity to change the momentum, opportunity to make a goal. So plenty of screaming about stuff. This time, this game, I'm going to prove that it's not only because it happened to Vegas am I bitching about the officiating, because I don't like either of these teams. I think they're going to be great. I think it's going to be a great physical game. I think somebody's going to get smashed within the first 6 minutes, and it's going to spark the rest of the game. But, okay, Vasilevsky is back in net. It's been, I mean, their last game was Thursday, I believe, so that makes sense. And then Stellar is in since I believe Toronto played, what they played Thursday. Did they play Thursday or did they play Friday? Anyway. All righty, finally we get live. Let's see, I'm averaging about 20 seconds behind. This one seems to be a little further back, unfortunately. All right, about average delay. Face off taken into. Okay, first and foremost, I'm gonna butcher this because I haven't done these two teams in a while, but when they play each other, Toronto and Tampa mess me up anyway, but they're blue and white. So just be ready. Riley into the Tampa zone, shot off the stick of, I could not see that number. That was Cherdak. Puck goes up and out of play over Vasilevsky's head. We're already buffering. Something's going on with the internet, or something's going on with something, because we've never had these buffering issues, and lately it's been a real pain in the ass. Face off to the right of Vasilevsky. Kind of a battle for it. Eventually, Toronto sends it all the way back down to Stellars. Riley in the low corner of his own zone, under heavy pressure, gets it up the wall to Domi. And ahead to Robertson, who backhands it in to the high side of Vasilevsky, back the other way. Retrieved by Gergensons. But Domi recovers to the blue line. McCabe gets it to the high side. Shot towards the net. Tip off Robertson's stick. Stopped by Vasilevsky. Tampa going to go back the other way. Kept in by Ekman Larson. Never mind. Oh, nope. They call him for the hand pass, not for the offside. So face off coming out to neutral. 60 seconds gone in the period. Toronto getting off to the quicker jump to start. Okay, there's a whistle. So one. So yeah, about 30-second delay on the game here. Tampa takes the face off back into their own zone. Hedman waiting for the change. Works the puck up the low boards to point through the middle, up ahead to the high wall. Gensel leaves it back at the high point. Shot goes wide up the low boards. quick turn and shoot, hits a stick right in front of Stellars, and it goes up and out of play. So I think it'd be right about the 5-6 minute mark into the game. I'm expecting the guys to get warmed up enough to where somebody's gonna step into somebody. I'm Hagel or just somebody on Tampa's gonna step into Toronto and set this. Turnock with a bad turnover. Nylander chases it up. Gets a light backhand stop by Vasilevsky. Back the other way. McCabe gets there first for an icing on Tampa. Nylander with a great opportunity. It's just Chernak goes to make a pass across neutral to Hedman. I mean, it's a 20-foot pass, and he makes a 2-foot attempt. Nylander just goes right back the other way. Tries to get the backhand 5-hole, but Vasilevsky on top of his game early in the first. Face off to the right of the Tampa goaltender. Matthews on the dot. Nylander comes away with it across the blue line. Shot hits a body out high. Gensel recovers. Back behind the net all the way to the low wall. And now Kucherov puts it into a skate. Chernak there to help bail him out. Point in neutral is going to take it right through into the Toronto zone. Trying to go across the ice. Ekman Larson causes a flub, and Matthews recovers. Back to Ekman Larson, down to McCabe through neutral. Good pass up ahead. Michelli gets cornered, and he turns it over to Gensel, trying to make a pass across the ice. There's the first little bit of contact. Expect more. That was, I'm not sure. I didn't see the number actually, but Tampa stepped up. Not a hard hit, but just a good stand them up at the blue line. We'll see how that starts amping everybody up. Puck towards the net, goes wide, freezes up for a moment, but Tampa can't put it on net. Big crunch down low as the battle for it in the low corner. Tavares can't contain it. Pass to the point. Hedman across the blue line. Shot and stop by Stellars. This McDonough has to chase it back, and from the red line, he'll dump it in. All the way around the boards, it's set for Dubois. Round and eyes across the ice. Domi taps it for Robertson. Back to Domi. Taken away by Gensel behind the net. And Tampa will head right back out. Turned over at the red line. Benoit under heavy pressure from Kucherov eventually gets the puck away. And Domi gets it up through neutral off the pass from Joshua. All the way in with speed, Mosher and Robertson crash. Robertson's able to get it free. Puck to the blue line. Good little lead pass to the top of the high circle, looking for the tip. Vasilevsky goes laying down, but the pass did not connect to go on net. Ekman Larson keeps it in, but only for a moment. Good battle for it by Domi. Now Gensel's able to tap it around for Radish. Mosier takes it back to Radish, back to Mosier, trying to get out of the Tampa zone, all the way up ahead on the high boards towards the net. Doesn't make it anywhere. That Holmberg just fighting for his life in that high corner. Now again with Riley on his ass, gets the puck away. Pat trying to pass it down behind him. Nylander takes it the other way, makes it across to Michelli, and Michelli scores. Oh, that's not the right. There we go. I forgot I don't have a hockey for that. Yeah, Bjorkstrand's just trying to backhand it from the high point down the high wall. But Nylander is on his ass, gets a good stick, knocks the puck away, gets the break. Michelli's trailing. I can't tell who it was for Tampa, cut up the middle trying to make a play on the pass instead of the player, just left Michelli wide open. And Calvin Hagel going to get a goal tonight, where you got the confidence. You call that out. I got to think you have $1 or $2 on that one. So 5:04 to go in the first. Ah, yeah. Nice, dude. Let's get it then, man. Let's get you one. Dude, just a great pass to Michelli. Hedman, it is Hedman who came up the ice for Tampa. He just, instead of taking an angle on Michelli, he took an angle straight up the center for the pass. And Michelli just had a step on him, man. Couldn't make the adjustment back to get stick on stick. And then just a great shot that beats Vasilevsky. Face off in the Toronto zone to the right of Stallars. Won by Toronto. Ooh, a quick flip the other way, gets shut down. Looked like a potential high. I don't know if he reacted to getting a high stick or what. That just looked weird. Benoit the other way. Dumping it into the high corner. Tampa recovers. I still don't remember a lot of the Tampa guys. But here goes Point back into Toronto territory. Leaves it for Kucherov to the high side. Shot. And it's tipped in. You got a goal, Tampa. Oh, damn it. I keep sitting here waiting for my buzzer to go off, but I don't have the hotkey. So it's Gensel's up at the top of the net. McDonough throws the puck towards Gensel. It ends up going off the skate of McCabe and scoring. Now, and we are at a tie ball game. 5 minutes and 37 seconds into the first period. So far, right decision thinking this would be a good game. Now it's a matter of who breaks free and pisses off who first. McCabe gets into the Tampa zone, but throws it across the blue line straight into a skate, going back the other way. Mosier has already been aggressive. There you go. Ekman Larson and McCabe going against Mosier and Holmberg. So a little bit of aggression starting off early. I like it. Looking for something a lot heavier, though. We're looking for some really, somebody's going to get a shot in. I'm just counting down the minutes. If it doesn't come, I'm going to be very disappointed. But everybody's starting to get in each other's head already. All right, second intermission. Sabres are up on the Predators in Buffalo, 2-1. Also, second intermission. Pens and the Flyers in Pittsburgh tied 3-3. Tied up 1-1 here. The Mammoth and the Blue Jackets in Columbus. Utah has taken the lead 1-0. 10:15 to go in the first. And with 12:32 to go in the first, the Canucks in Winnipeg against the Jets have the lead 1-0. For the last game, Canadiens and the Kings, 8 minutes into the first, there is no score. So we play tomorrow at 6:30. We're a little early tomorrow, but I may end up being here for the 11 a.m. Avalanche in Minnesota against the Wild, because I do think that will be one of the better. I think those two teams are going to see each other in the playoffs. My dad and I were talking about it, and my dad's like, yeah, I think Minnesota is going to give Colorado a run for their money. And I 100% agree. I think you're going to look at a preview of what will be an insane playoff matchup, or could be an insane playoff matchup. That dude, Michelli's a little shit, but he is nasty, especially with the inside the dots, like or inside home plate. He is just nasty. And he elevates the puck. He likes to beat you high. Face off to the right of Stellaris, taken by McCabe to the low boards, gets tripped. That's got to be called, right? Yep, and it was. Stellaris to the bench. First power play coming, and it will be for Toronto. Geeky sticking his stick in the skates of McCabe. Down low, Lorentz fighting. Puck comes up to the low point. McCabe to Matthews. Back to McCabe on the high side of the blue line. Skates it back down low to the low dot. Feeds it in the middle. Quick shot by Tavares. Recovers. Lorentz tries for a second attempt, and he goes wide. Vasilevsky made a great save off the high shot, and the rebound ends up on the backboards. Yeah, Tavares puts it right on. Oh, it didn't go on. Vasilevsky got his right pad out and made a fantastic save. Nice. So to the box goes Geeky.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
You know what? I want to do. Yeah, one sec. I just hit a buffering, so give me a sec here. All right, it picked up. Nylander to Matthews on the blue line, and it's buffering again, man. Riley throws it towards the net. It's tipped out front by Tavares, chased behind. All right, it just fast forwarded. And we're back on the other side of the ice. Man, something's going on my end that's really messing up these games. Matthews into the zone, kicks it to the high wall, thrown around to Tavares. Carried into the low corner. Just getting mugged. Tampa started to get aggressive. Nice. Able to get an Ekman-Larsson on the blue line. Ekman-Larsson down to Nylander to the low point. Nice. Out front. And it goes off a stick and out into neutral. Ekman-Larsson feeds it backwards to Michelli. 25 seconds to go on the man advantage. 11:45 to go in the first. Michelli into the Tampa zone. Puck comes across. That was a great play off the high wall, but it ends up in a chance the other way. Not a good one, but Hagel racing into the Toronto zone. Stopped by Ekman-Larsson and Domi. Killing a lot of penalty time. Comes right out front. Hedman gets a... No, who is that? Sorelli got a real close backhand opportunity. Stopped by Stellaris. Puck into the Tampa zone. Domi with a quick shot from a hard angle. Goes straight across the crease. We're back to full strength hockey. 9 minutes gone in the period. Tampa loses it as they cross into Toronto territory. McCabe has it, waiting for the change. Pass up ahead, gets tipped in. Low corner. Radish is there first. Taken away. Toronto with a quick shot. That is Quillen. I don't know who that is. Quillen? Quick shot off the high dot. Just a better glow save by Vasilevsky. Yeah, Matthews being babysat through that entire power play. I'm very surprised that Matthews only has 26 goals. That explains a lot. A lot of the hate. Holmberg he doesn't take possession. Bjorkstrand does. Gets it around to Holmberg behind the net, and it comes back up the low wall. Radish skating in right down the baseline and a backhand stop by Stellaris. Toronto heads back the other way. Benoit into the zone. Kicks it around the back of Vasilevsky. Tampa recovers. Daustas. I still don't know how to say his name, to be honest with you, so I'll be butchering that too. All right, icing on Tampa. Puck coming all the way back down in front of Vasilevsky. Halfway through the first, shots are 6-5 in favor of Toronto. Hasn't been, well, not a lot of holdups in neutral, but both sides are essentially getting into each other's zone and then going back the other way. A couple quick chances. Real quick face off goes right to Vasilevsky. We'll get another one. Looks like they're going to come out and clean the ice. So they will be back in just a minute. What else is going on? See how the other games are turning out. Those are tomorrow's games. All right. Sabres are now up 3-1 at the start of the third. 16 seconds into the third. Josh Doan scores for Buffalo, making it 3-1. Flyers and Penguins are just starting. Mammoth and Blue Jackets still 1-0. Canucks Jets still 1-0. Canadians Kings still no score. Just waiting for the commercial to go through. What is that? By Thropic Soda something soda? They don't, the can isn't still enough to be able to read what the hell it's supposed to be. They said the word, but I can't hear it. I guess it's a less sugar soda. Cool. Willing to try. Sorry, there's just nothing going on at the moment. I want to go to the Islanders. Hang on. We're getting ready to be back. Senators in the Kraken later. Islanders and Sharks. You know what? Islanders and Sharks might actually be an interesting game. In fact, it should be a very interesting game. That might have been one I should have kept an eye on, but I didn't realize. I didn't think about it. A quick second attempt on the Lars, and then a follow-up by Radish from distance. All of them stopped. What a great couple seconds for Stellars. Ooh, Riley gets crunched into the line judge as he dumps it in back behind Vasilevsky. Tampa's able to get it out. Radish trying to get past McCabe, shut down. Stellars gets it to Ekman Larson, who gets it taken away by Radish. Big cross check from Ekman Larson right on the ref. The ref actually caught some of the wood. It looked like no call. Wild that didn't get called. No icing back the other way. Racing in goes Toronto. Tavares trying to work the puck up, and it's knocked all the way back to Ben Wall. From his own blue line, kicked up ahead. Cirelli gonna toss it into the high corner of the Tampa zone. Picked up by Ben Wall, trying to get it out front. Good sticks, keep it behind the net. Hedman up the high boards to Kucherov, and it barely makes it out. Back the other way. Errant pass is picked up by Nyes. He's able to go across to Cirelli into the Tampa zone. Goes right at the net, turned over. They tried. Gensel now from the red line and into Toronto territory. Everybody going for a change. 8:10 to go in the first. Shots are 7-6 Tampa. Robertson tips it ahead, met at the blue line, fights for his life, able to get the puck to Domi, a backhand towards the net, it goes wide. Tavares sets it, and the puck ends up jumping over Riley's stick all the way back down to Stolarz. Daustas and Domi are going, and Domi is just dropping haymakers. And then Domi just went down, dropping big old rights. And then Daustas ends up falling on top of him and throwing a couple extra punches, but Domi was swinging for the fences. That man was worried aliens were about to abduct his family and just started swinging. Signs reference. Anyway, I'm very curious as to what happened because he looked pissed. Little man went crazy. Oh, it was a late shove and then a cross check. Missed the first one. Almost goes down. Big upper. I thought he caught the chin on that uppercut, but he didn't. Damn, Domi has 30 fights this season. Good Lord. And I mean, he should have gotten an instigating because he dropped him on, I mean, it was a missed cross check, but he dropped him before, yeah, he dropped him and threw a punch before other dude dropped his gloves. He should have gotten an instigating. Like it was a late shove into the boards. Who was it? Daustas, yeah. It was a late shove into the boards, but it was the cross check after that just sent Domi off the fucking rails, man. Face off to the left of Stolarz, won by Toronto. Benoit chucks it all the way down the ice. And icing. Low one all of a sudden. It had a great start. Face off to the right of Stolarz. Cullens. Oh, I thought he got kicked out. He did not. Puck up to Hedman on the high point down to Kucherov. He gets held along the boards. No call. Quick turn and shoot. A backhand follow up. And Tampa Gensel scores. Where is it? Damn it. I didn't realize that was that loud. But yeah, he absolutely got held up on the high boards, but it was a great pass out for a great quick turn and shoot by Nylander. Stolarz makes the stop, rebound goes right on the stick of Gensel. Oh, whoops. So yeah, bad penalty. Or it wasn't even a penalty. It was 5-on-5, just no Domi on the ice. A shot comes in, McCabe almost kicked it in. It's not McCabe. Who is that? McAvoy almost kicked it in. Matthews now racing into the Tampa zone. Under pressure from Radish. Tries to go on net. He does. Vasilevsky makes the stop. Quick follow-up as the puck just sneaks out to the top of the crease. Nylander crashing in. Gets stopped by Vasilevsky, and now we have the physicality that I've been waiting for. Let's see just how much this lights up and who's going to be the one to spark it in the second. That was just very good pressure by Radish. But then the puck sneaks out, and Nylander's not able to get all of it. 6:51 to go in the period. Shots are 10-8 Tampa. Face off to the left of Vasilevsky. Puck goes all the way out into neutral. McCabe back first. Ekman Larson up ahead. And we're back the other way. Hagel at his own blue line goes into the stick. It's turned over. Michelli makes a great move. Tries to come back across. Gets mobbed as he loses the puck right at the top of the crease. Perry dumps it in on the low side. Hagel in first. Matthews behind his own net, trying to break free under heavy pressure from Cirelli. Quick shot by Perry, and he scores. Yeah, Michelli made a great move between the legs. As he goes across, Cirelli just mobs him and he loses the puck. Matthews, and then on the other side, Matthews behind the net doing everything he can. Cirelli just beats his ass, gets the puck free. Puck comes straight to Perry, off his skate, and buries it. Oh, a real quick entry, and Gensel gets a shot that gets just tipped wide by Perry. See, score-wise, I think this is more what I was expecting, but again, we're here for the fights. We're here for the hits. With speed, Point goes in, makes a move on Riley, but Riley does good to stop him. Big, quick, spinning backhand by Kucherov goes wide. Hedman across the blue line down to the outside of the high circle. Back up to the blue line towards the net. Kucherov goes down. They're going to call it a trip on Carlo. Carlo. That's 25. I thought Mac. Anyway. Let's see it. That angle wasn't a good angle. He must have gotten it between his legs and turned and caught the back of his right leg. But from that side, that's not what I saw. So I'm curious to get another replay of that. Either way, Tampa going to the power play again. This may end up being a game that's over real quick. Ugh. Wait, times changed tonight? It's spring forward, so damn, I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to be up early tomorrow so that I could get games at 6:30. Avalanche in Minnesota's at 11. That first 3 hours. Okay, see, now I got to think about my plans because I'm going to be doing that pork belly tomorrow. And the first session, the first smoke is 3 hours. So getting up early, which I go to the gym at 10 o'clock. So I'm usually up to like 3 or 4. So that's, being up by 9 or 10 is early. But I could get the pork belly on and then get pop on for Colorado, Minnesota. Might have to do that. Anyway, Radish leaving the puck back in the zone. Point with speed leaves it back as well. Kucherov storms in all the way behind the net, feeding it out front, cut off, not out of the zone. Gensel to the midpoint. Radish to Kucherov on the low wall, low baseline, back to Kucherov. All the way across, high dot, shoot, and score. Bjorkstrand. Well, I was expecting a little bit of a better game than this. I don't know why, but I was expecting a better game than this. Huh. Man, if this ends up getting to be like a 5-1, 6-1 game, we might just end up calling it. Puck fed down low behind Vasilevsky, back up the low boards. Towards the net, stopped. Quillen shut down. Back on the low boards. 6-man battle for the puck. Pops out. Hedman takes it up to the high corner. Hagel back down to Hedman. Up and out of the zone goes Tampa. What? The goal... Play was called dead. The goalie played it. I'm very confused as to what just happened. 4:17 to go in the first, and this game is already like... like I said, I don't know what I expected. I expected a lot more pissed off aggression and physicality. We got a little bit of it, but Toronto is just not in the mood. I mean, Domi was. Shot from Ekman Larson gets stopped out high. Puck right way up in the air. And Bjorkstrand takes it into the Toronto territory. Versus McCabe. McCabe with a great reverse hit knocks Bjorkstrand down. And Ekman Larson recovers. Fed up across through neutral and all the way down. Tampa gets there first. Bjorkstrand gets it up the low boards and it is out. Recovered by Benoit. Right back into neutral. Michelli. Up high two. Is that... who is that? Sorelli dumps it in. All the way to Vasilevsky. Played behind the net. Snuck out front, but Tampa recovers. All the way up ahead. Fed to the middle. Glove save by Stolarz. Let me get the roster back up. I am losing my mind trying to remember Tampa right now. All the scores are the same, except the Kings are up 1-0 on Montreal. .313 to go in the first of this absolute massacre. Dude, Malkin got suspended 5 games for slashing. Rough. Let's hurry up and get this disaster over with. Shot on target. Stopped by Stolarz off the tip. Fed back towards the line. Toronto just struggling to gain any kind of control over the puck. Back down low past Carlo to Riley. Up the low boards as Riley takes a smash from Geeky. Back out into neutral. Tampa Saborn's going to go right back in the other way. Geeky. Shot from the top of the low circle. Stopped by the skates of Riley. Puck back behind the Toronto net. Up to Nyes and through neutral. Dumped in. Toronto going to get a change, which is just going to bring Tampa back with speed. Point right into the zone. Good stick by Ekman Larson. That should have been a hook as Nylander goes down. Robertson tripped as he gets in front of the net. So actually, I got to see what happened on the hook the other side, but there definitely should have been a hook. And then the breakaway was a blatant trip. That's about as obvious as it gets. Right there. Who went down? Was that Kucherov that went down? But Radish, I mean, it's, yeah, you're going to get called for that. Absolutely. Oh, he's getting a penalty shot. Wait. They gave him a 2-minute instead of the penalty shot. How is that not a penalty shot? So an official called a penalty shot, and one of the other referees came up and said, no, it's not. And the guy goes, oh, never mind. It's not a penalty shot, 2-minute minor. That makes no sense. But Toronto, they'll have 11 seconds to spare after the man advantage. Matthews with Nylander to his left. Leaves it to Nylander. Over to Tavares on the low boards. Back to the low point. Riley. Back down the boards. Back to Riley. Back down the wall to Nylander. Trying to go low baseline. He's just getting his ass kicked by Hagel the whole way down. Doesn't even look to pass it. Nice collects. Top of the low circle. It's back to the dot. Leaves it off to Nylander. Puck across to Matthews. His shot goes wide. Think he actually got stopped by Vasilevsky. Puck back to the blue line. Riley shoots. Stopped by a body out front. 60 seconds left in the period. 49 to go on the power play. Ekman Larson. Through neutral, we'll leave it back. Michelli. Domi on his left. He chooses to go to his right. Brought in. And a good stick by Hedman. Flips it back behind the net. Trying to come back out. Tampa gets cut off on the low boards. Back into the corner. Mosier going in with a big body. Puck comes out to Ekman Larson. Michelli. Down low, right in front, and a good stick prevents the shot. Puck breaks all the way back through neutral. Here goes Michelli. 4 seconds to go on the man advantage. That had to be offsides as it is called. Domi. Try to go across the blue line to Domi, but it is offsides. All right, so that's intermission. We'll see if the game's even worth coming back for. As of right now, I don't really think it is, so. Looks like it's going to be a quick quarter and done. I'd rather go eat and just kick back and watch something else because this is the massacre I was not expecting. I should have been, but I wasn't ready for it. So that goes the end of the first. We'll go to intermission. We'll see if we'll be coming back.
Assisted by Nikita Kucherov. Shots 13-10 in the opening frame for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Coming up in our first intermission, on the plane with